What's going on, champs and champions? It's FireMonkey here over on the CS2 technical test. The official release of CS2 is later today, but while we're waiting for it, we're vibing over here on the test a little bit. And in today's video, I want to talk about the magical world of dating services. The subscription services you're actually able to pay for, which makes it so that you're able to go around, spend some money a month, and I think there's like a free tier or whatever, because services like Tinder are very popular, and you're able to match with other people. Swipe left, swipe right, whether you want to match or decline a match or whatever else, however it works, in order to meet the potential love of your life. And it is an interesting service that existed for a long time, and it's had their way of monetizing it, right? Because the base service, as far as I'm aware, is a free subscription that you're able to actually get. You're able to use it, but it's limited in some ways. But you're able to spend a monthly subscription of like $10 to $25, maybe $50, I don't know the exact pricing, in order to get benefits such as more swipes, more access to being able to see who likes you and stuff like that, right? Now, I'm not too familiar with it because I'll be honest, I don't really use sites like Tinder or anything like that, but it is something that's existed for a while, and memberships aren't anything that is a shocker to see in these type of services. However, what is very interesting to see is when the company decides to create an invite-only subscription service where you have to literally apply for the chance of them accepting you to spend money monthly in order to be in this program. Maybe the whole entire reason it's invite-only is prevent people from going ahead and scamming them using fake credit cards or something along those lines, and trying to get access to the subscription, with fraudulent means, so that this is only for the true active users of the whole entire platform, right? Now, what is this subscription called? Well, as you can tell by the thumbnail of the video, it's called Tinder Select, and it is $500 a month when you get accepted to the program, right? If you're not accepted to the program, it doesn't cost anything because you can't even apply for it. So, it is a very interesting program, right? Now, firstly, how do you even apply for Tinder Select? Well, according to their official website, you have to have 5 interests marked on your profile, which I assume is like things you like, such as like anime or movies or video games or nature or something along those lines. You have to have 4 pictures attached to your profile. You have to have a bio with a minimum of 15 characters, which is a very small bio, mind you, especially for something like a dating site. You would probably want to have a more interesting bio than just 15 letters. You have to also indicate a relationship goal. Now, I can only assume this is something like, oh, you're trying to get married or have 3 kids, a house, and something along those lines, whatever it is for. But you also have to be photo verified, meaning that you have to be verified on Tinder to prove that you are who you say you are. And then when you meet all those requirements, you're able to get a higher chance of actually getting approved for this new subscription service. And of course, if you do get it approved for it, ignore my terrible gameplay in the background, you will be able to spend $500 a month for the following benefits. Let's go ahead and go from the bottom up to the top, right? We have early access. You can be among the first to test special features in advance, right? So you're spending $500 a month to test whatever special features a dating website would have, right? Now, what could they do? I don't really know. Maybe it would be something like, oh, there is a concert going on this date. It might already be a feature, I don't even know. But it's like, oh, there's a concert going on this date. You can find other people who said they're interested in the same concert, so maybe you can match with each other and go with each other, right? Maybe that's where the early features you're getting for $500 is. And if it's not, hey, Tinder, pay me. I'll go ahead and let you guys take that feature and idea off of me entirely for free. It could be anything, right? But on top of that, you also get a VIP experience. It mentions that membership spots are limited to less than 1% of users to ensure you receive the most exclusive experience possible. This one just sounds like, hey, it's a nothing burger, right? It's like, hey, you get the VIP experience of paying $500 a month. It's not actually giving you anything, but it's just the perk of bragging that you spend $500 a month on a Tinder dating service or whatever else. So I don't really see that as a benefit at all, even though it's mentioned on there. You have select mode, which can be seen by Tinder's most sought after profiles, which allow you to basically, match with other people who are spending $500 a month, right? So if you're in the general vicinity of someone else and they're spending $500 a month and they're in select mode, congratulations, you can match with that person who also spent that amount of money. Maybe it's a way to be like, hey, is the person I'm matching with, rich, or, do they have poor financial choices that they're making? Good job. We can make sure of that, and we can make sure we match with each other so we can both be in bankruptcy, whatever along the road of that area, right? That is one of the benefits that, is a little unique. It's like, hey, you can match with other people who also spend this amount of money. But then we also have a special status feature. Special status shows off your membership with an exclusive Select badge that will show on your profile, and if you don't want this badge to be on your profile, you can obviously opt out of it. But I think it's just funny, right? Imagine you're on this dating application, right? Imagine you're on Tinder and you're like swiping through the profiles or whatever, and you look at one and it's like, oh, this is Jimmery Bond Swangle, but then they have like a S badge or a Tinder Flame badge, whatever the badge icon is, and it mentions that they're in the select mode thing, right? They're in the exclusive 1% of users mode. They're spending $500 a month. That could be either a sign that, you know, it's like, oh, I want to date this person so I could take their money, or it's like a sign that, oh, this person makes poor financial choices. Maybe I should just laugh at them instead of trying to match with them, you know, something along those lines. I just don't see it as being too much of a good benefit to have on the platform, right? You know, but hey, at the end of the day, whatever ends up happening happens. I don't know what the world's like nowadays. Maybe that is like a good sign to see. It's, oh, you spend $500 a month? Ah ha ha. Yo, let's link up. You want to go to the movies? You know, something along those lines. Now, here's where it gets to actual features that I think are, you know, a little interesting, but also not worth $500, and it's only two things. Firstly, skip the line. People you like will see your profile unblurred in their likes you grid, even if they don't have a gold or platinum Tinder subscription, which I didn't even know there were multiple subscription tiers. Okay, then what's even the difference? Your profile also remains prioritized on their likes for you grid for 7 days. Based on the subscription, what I think it means is that when you don't have an actual subscription or whatever on the service, whenever you like someone, your profile picture is like blurred and they have to like guess through their list over who is the person that liked me, right? But with this feature, if you have Tinder Select, you're paying the $500 a month, congratulations. Everyone, regardless of if they're paying for the platform or not, will see your picture right there, unblurred. You know, it's like, hey, this person right here, they're someone who likes you. Do you want to date them? Do you want to rizz them up? What are you trying to do, right? And it also mentions that, you know, it'll be like prioritized for 7 days, which makes me think that it'll be at the very top of their list for 7 days. You know, if it stays on the list for over 7 days, then it kind of like drops down to the lower area or whatever, I assume. But that's just kind of what I'm getting based on the description. And then the first actual benefit, like the main part that they mention here, is something that I feel is a little invasive for a dating service, right? And it is direct message. Up to 2 times a week, you can send a message to someone without having a match for them, assuming that you've sent them a like, right? So if you like someone on Tinder and you want to talk to them, even though you guys haven't matched with each other, even though they haven't liked you, you're like, oh, this is the one, and you're paying $500 a month, you can go ahead and send them a message, right? Up to twice a week. I assume this means that you can send like the introduction message and then they can figure out if they want to match with you then or there, or it means that you can message them twice and then, you know, we got to match something along those lines. But it is one of the weird benefits that is like, hey, spend $500 a month for this. And even on top of that, right, if people think this is invasive like I think it is, you have the option to actually opt out of receiving those DMs without being matched with the person, meaning that in terms of everything you're getting here, you have the option to invasively DM someone that you like without them liking you back, assuming that they don't have the option turned off. You get the option to have a badge on your profile to show that you're spending $500 a month. You have the option to actually match with other people and, you know, get into an exclusive little like area where only other people spending $500 a month are, and that's pretty much it, right? You have the option to also show them your face unblurred when you like them so they can make fun of you earlier or whatever else, or, you know, maybe they're like, oh, this is the one for me, right? That option's available for you sooner, and it just feels like for $500 a month being an invite-only program, right? It is so not worth it. Why am I lagging so much? Jesus. But it really just feels not worth it, and I feel like anyone who buys this, you know, maybe it matches better with the whole entire crowd of people who actually use these dating services, but I think as an outsider, you know, looking into this, it is just laughable, right? Because you're not even getting anything that is worth $500 a month, right? You have to apply for it and everything, and it's like, if you really think about it, $500 a month, you could be, that could be a monthly subscription to an entire console every month, right? You could buy an Xbox Series X every single month and still be getting more for your money than you're getting from a Tinder Select subscription, right? And it's just so odd to see it exist, right? It's so odd to see this be here, and it's something that I would never expect it to actually be. And another thing is, you know, it's like there's the other subscriptions, right? It mentions here, you know, the gold, platinum thing or whatever. One thing that they also mention is that this can stack on top of those other subscriptions, meaning that if you want to get the most out of your Tinder experience, you can pay $500 a month on top of whatever it costs for Tinder gold or platinum or diamond or emerald, sapphire, ruby, whatever else, and you can spend, who knows, like maybe like $600 a month. It's probably more realistically, probably like $525 a month or something like that, just to have all these memberships and all these benefits being stacked on top of each other. Which also makes me think that when you have Tinder Select, it's only for you to select who you want to actually DM early, right? It's only for you to actually select who gets to see you and, you know, potentially select your matches better, but it doesn't give you the option to have infinite swipes or anything like that, right? So you're basically paying $500 for the option to intrude on other people on a dating platform, right? And it's just ridiculous to see how this whole entire thing exists and how it's like an application service. And it's just going to be interesting to see if this is beneficial for them, or is it just going to, you know, make them lose a lot of money. I assume that this is just going to be something that exists and there's going to be people who actually get suckered into purchasing it, but it's something that I just think is ridiculous for anyone to try purchasing. So I thought I'd make a little video rambling on about it. Hope champs and champions enjoyed. If you did, consider subscribing and support the content I create, and I will catch you guys next time with another upload. Peace out.